Hey everybody, it's Brian here with Explosive Review, and today I'm going to be bringing you a tutorial on how to install the Prowin M4 hop-up chamber. There's not really any instructions that come with it, but it's fairly straightforward. But if you're just trying to figure it out on your own, it can be a little bit tricky, so let me show you. First step is going to be to remove your old hop-up, so make sure that you dial the wheel all the way back, especially if you're planning on reusing the bucking. Remove this little clip here. Then we're just going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Sometimes it can be a little bit stuck. There we go. Wiggle out your old bucking. Now, I'm actually not going to be using this. This is the maple leaf bucking. I've been having some trouble getting it to work, and I'm going to try going back just to the old VFC bucking. I've got the proper nub for this one coming, so we'll try that again when it does show up. So we've got this out. Take a look. This barrel I just cleaned, so it doesn't need to be cleaned, but this is a good opportunity to do so. And if you need to use the nub that's in here, you can go ahead and just knock that out, or use a little, I find a dental pick works quite well for removing it, but I'm not actually going to be reusing that nub, so we are going to leave that for the time being. Now we are going to open up the new package here. You have the chamber itself, which is nice and light anodized aluminum. You also have a little baggie with some parts in it. Now this is all the parts that you need to assemble it. So let's go ahead and get this started. All right, so we've got a bunch of parts here. Make sure you don't lose any of those, because they are important, and I don't know whether you could get replacements to these, so definitely don't lose them. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to put our new bucking onto the barrel. I usually just add a little tiniest bit of silicone oil just to help with the seal. Squish it around. Then we're going to line this up and get it onto the barrel like so. Next, I take just a small piece of Teflon tape and I wrap the bucking. Now, this isn't mandatory that you do this. It'll work fine without it, but I always add it just to improve my air seal. And it's essentially a free modification, provided that you already have the tape. And if not, then I guess it's a 99-cent modification. We're just going to add that. Just one wrap. You don't want to add so much that it's going to interfere with you getting it in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add our little O-ring here. You just stretch it around, and you want to get it onto the second ridge, which I'll show you in just a second. So the second, there's two little notches. You want to get it on the innermost notch here. And if you're having trouble, again, you can use a little dental pick just to kind of work it up and over back into the thing. After you do that, what we're going to do, we're just going to slide our new barrel in, making sure that we have the correct side up. So wiggle that in. I find in this one there's actually a ton of space, so it's not really ever a problem in that respect. Now it comes with a new clip, so slide that. You probably heard it click into place there. That's what you want to hear, which is good. Now, I guess that my spacer must have fallen out of this, so I won't be showing you. Normally you would just take your little spacer and you'd slide it back on over the barrel, but I'll have to grab that. It must have fallen out at some point when I took out my old barrel. Anyways, next thing that we're going to do is, this is our little arm that's going to push down on our rubber. So you can take your hop-up rubber, or nub, sorry, and just drop it down into this hole here at the top. You can actually see clean through to the bucking. Now sometimes, I find that this is an H nub. I find it's a little bit wider and it can be a little bit finicky to get it situated in there correctly, but you obviously need to make sure that it's straight. Goodness gracious. Alright, I'm going to try something a little bit different. Sometimes you can actually use this part to assist you pushing it down in there. So there we go. Straight like so. Now what you can do is you can take the little arm. You want to set it on top of the bucking, and there's a hole that you need to line up here in the side. Then take this little pin that comes with it and push it straight through. Doesn't matter what side you do it from, no big deal. And that's that. It's on there. Now, after that, we're going to take this right here. This is the wheel, and we are going to line up. There's two sides. There's one where you can see that there's a groove that goes in, and there's another one that's just the same all the way around. You want to aim the one with the alternate groove that changes inwards, lining it up. There we go, until it clicks in. There we go. Dial it back like so. Then we take our retention clip, which is this little C clip, if I can pick it up. Oh my goodness. Pick it up, there we go. And it just clips on over the top, and it keeps this little wheel from falling off. Final step is to take your, it comes with this little set screw here, and it screws in right to the front. Now, I've heard a few options for the way that you can do this. The personal way that I like to do it is to take the spring, you leave this out a fair amount, and you actually take your spring and push it on right over the top like so. Oops, maybe I did the wrong side here, I think. Oh, there we go. And push it all the way on like that. I find this just gives it a bit of a stiffer push back here onto your actual gearbox. Now you can adjust this. I've even heard of people using the screw instead of the spring. I've never personally tried that, and I find that this works nice. But that's it. You now have it installed. Like I said, you still do need to put on the little barrel spacer, but I'm not sure where the one from this gearbox or this Hopup mechanism went. I will have to find it. Maybe it fell out on the floor somewhere around here. But yeah, you basically have to just slide that on to space your barrel out. But that's it. It's now successfully installed. You can put this back into your gun and hopefully see some improved performance. As always, this has been an explosive review. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and comment.